is actually, which is almost 200 foot less than we're seeing in this image. Now, lots of people like to talk about the fact that it's probably due to people just misreading stuff, which is, a completely fair point of view to have. But I considered the fact that they had not only two sphinxes displayed in this image, but also the fact that we have this description of the height to be quite indicative of this being, at least in some form, legitimate. So now, if you could bring up for me the archive.org, which says page N32. Now, you'll see it. Yeah, archive.org, Entworth, with page /N32. So when I was, after I'd made my first video talking about the multiple sphinxes, somebody sent me this, which was absolutely imperative to my research. So thank you very much to that person. They sent me this link to a book, a German and French book talking about the Middle East, if we could get that up.
That's what she said.
I was waiting for you to make a joke. But yeah, so no, this is page 34. Sorry, 34. Get page 32 up. It was the one before this. The link before this. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Change the view. Oh, this one here.
Okay. Click the 4. Yeah. Click 4, and then you can scroll up and then find it. It's about page 32, and then you'll be able to get it.
What does it look like? Pyramids?
Yeah, that one there.
That one?
Yep. So if you look at this picture, which is from 1725 when it loads, you'll notice that it is the same picture that we just looked at. Essentially, it's a bit different, but it's the same picture that we just looked at. So I don't know if you kept that up, but that Discord image, if you can switch between the two, that'd be great. But
that one?
Yep, that's it. So look, the position of the two sphinxes, the head in the middle. The one difference is the middle sphinx. So if you look at the middle sphinx, it actually looks, this is quite an interesting thing to focus on. The middle sphinx looks like it's been drawn a bit differently to everything else. Look at the shading on it, okay? Look at everything else, the way that it's shaded with the light, and then look at the way that that is shaded kind of as if it's all in dark. You see that middle sphinx? Yeah? The second one. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you go back to the other picture on Entworth, we'll see why, because they've tried to trick us. So if you look at the Sphinx here, you can see that the other Sphinx is actually halfway between. It's not in the same place. And it also lacks the same level of shading as we just talked about. So when this loads, you'll see. Look at that. See that Sphinx in the middle? How it lacks any sort of shading at all, as if the light isn't even hitting it. And it's in a different position. Now, at the bottom, we have some French writing. Where the head is, just below the pyramid. So Pyramid A, for example, you don't need to really listen to it, but it does say that 360,000 people built it over 20 years. And then Pyramid B, it says this circumference is a little bit smaller than Pyramid A. And then Pyramid C, it says that there is an entrance to this pyramid, unlike Pyramid B. But what we're focusing on is D, which is just next to that head. Next to that head, it says the rest of the colossal sphinx, implying that this head is the remainder of a sphinx. And by E, it says the sphinx in its whole form, implying that this is the same sphinx, but in its, full form, as if it's been reconstructed. This is misinformation. This is them trying to trick you into believing that that head there is the same object as that there, which is not the case. And we're going to go and prove that right now by jumping to our four view that we were on before. And we'll be able to find a picture of a sphinx-looking object. If we go to the 4 view that you were on before.
Okay.
Of that. Yeah. Scroll down a little bit. Keep scrolling until you see the waterfall, and then just after the waterfall, it's Yeah, that one there in the middle. Oh, go up, go up, go up. You've got the waterfall on the right, and then it's the one in the middle. That one. Yeah. Right. Look down. So this is the pyramid for the tomb of Sopdet, who is the goddess of Sirius or Sotis, right? And look in the background. This is Heliopolis. Look in the background. We have a head with short curly hair. This is a Heliopolis, which is not the same as Giza, and we have a head buried in the sand. So the head we're talking about, which I'm pretty convinced is around about Luxor towards Aswan, is a similar head to that one. So if they say it's the rest of the Sphinx, then that would mean that this head here is also the rest of a Sphinx, meaning there was a Sphinx at Heliopolis, which again would discount the official narrative. But that isn't the case. So just remember that if you have a good zoom in on that head for us, just so people can see that this isn't a head of a Sphinx. Because this is the most important thing to understand, that is not the head of a Sphinx. That isn't a headdress, that's curly hair.
Oh.
Well, you can see it.
Reloading issues? Come on.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
But there it is, yes.
There's nothing pharaonic about that, you know? There's no headdress.
Not at all. And doesn't look Egyptian, it looks more Greek or Roman.
Well, you know what? I'd actually say Arab, but we'll get into that later. Yeah, well, we will do. But, very controversial. But the point is using that head, we can deduce that the head we just saw in the last image was not the rest of the Colossal Sphinx, but it was in fact another one of these heads. Okay? Which means that the sphinxes that we saw, or sphinxes, were real. But in both the images we saw, the male sphinx looked decidedly strange. In both of them. Right? So hear me out. What if the female sphinx is the legitimate one? What if the winged female sphinx is the real one? This one here. What if that's the real one and the one behind it's fake? Because we saw it in the other image, it was much smaller, and it was halfway, and we've seen in both of them that the shading was wrong. It's almost like it's been added on. So if you go back to page 32 of this book, you'll be able to see the differences between, so that one there, you just on it now,
on there,
So if you go over to the middle sphinx, look at it, and then jump back to our image, jump back to the other image we were on, look at that, and look at the way that it moves. Look. See that? It moves to the left and it gets a lot bigger.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it gets closer and bigger to the
yeah. But in both of them, it seems like light doesn't fucking affect it. They're both shaded. But everything else.
Yeah. Well, you can see that this is the shadow of the pyramid. Yeah,
exactly.
It stops before it hits it. But it's completely dark. Yeah.
This has been added on, right? Which explains why that doesn't have a letter on it, right? You know how D has a letter on it and E has a letter on it, but the fucking the Sphinx in the middle doesn't have a. Yeah, because that's been added on. Yeah, so what they've done is they've had in this original image, they've got one Sphinx and one head. And they've said the head is the remainder of the Sphinx, and this is the Sphinx in its whole form. But then somebody in later life has gone, wait, this Sphinx doesn't match the Sphinx that we've got. We've got to add another Sphinx in, which is why we've got our third Sphinx. But even if you don't want to believe that, which is fine, I know that sounds quite ludicrous that they've added loads of things, we'll still prove that this shit is a load of nonsense, okay? Because as we saw, this head is described as being the remainder of the Colossal Sphinx. Yet we just saw another version of this head in Heliopolis, didn't we? We just saw another version of a head with short hair, and this one has short hair. It definitely doesn't have a headdress. I mean, you can zoom in. Does that look like a headdress?
And it doesn't even look like it looks like it's just a head. It doesn't look like there's any body attached to it, right?
In fact, it
You can
even
see
has a
it's sitting
podium
up on a
beneath it.
pedestal.
It has a
It's like
podium
a
beneath it.
bust.
Yeah, it's got a podium beneath it. Right.
Exactly.
So,
and you can see it heaped on that other one. Like it's literally sitting on top of the ground.
So this is when I knew that this shit was going wrong. So if you could bring us back to the rare maps, I think it was the second link I sent you. Oh, in fact, no, actually, before you do that, ignore me. Go back to that book a sec. Go back to that book. Sorry. Go to the pyramid, the waterfall. Sorry, the waterfall image of this book. So again, to do with this, it was a couple before the Heliopolis. There was a waterfall. I reckon about page 64, I think. Yeah, there. Right, sweet. So I found this image in this same book. Now, if you look at this image, this is very important because on the bottom left, see these ruins? They are listed in French at the bottom as being the ruins of Thebes. Now, this is important because Thebes is supposedly in Luxor. So this is going to come back very good. Look at the pyramids, by the way. Look at the shape compared to the ones we just saw in our image, you know, the one with the Sphinx. Look at the actual shape of these pyramids and look at the waterfall. So look at them, look at that, right. What our text says, on C, where the pyramids are, it says that these pyramids rival the ones at Cairo. Cairo is Giza. So these pyramids rival, as in equal, as in height-wise, size-wise, rival the ones at Cairo, which means they're just as big. Okay? On the right, we've got ourselves a Turkish fort, Petit Fort Turk, the small fort of the Turks. And on the left, we've got B, which is the ruins of Thebes, and A, which is the cataracts of the Nile. Well, let's jump to our map. Now, that map I told you, the rare maps, and let's find out some truth about this fucking thing.
This one?
That one, that's the one, right. So let's zoom in on this map, go full screen, and look here at our image, just where the pyramids are, and zoom in a bit so we can see this. Because people are going to start to notice something. Look, there's one of our sphinxes. Look, the female one. And there's our head as well, right? Zoom out a little bit so people can get a view, but look at that. Notice there's no male sphinx. Now also, look upwards towards the waterfall and zoom in a little bit on the waterfall. What can we see by the waterfall? Well, we can see on our right a little fort. And we can see in the far left another pyramid. And between the pyramids, we can see some ruins. Yeah, right. So that means that maybe this space isn't what we've been told. Maybe that isn't Thebes. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump to another map that I've sent you, and I'm going to be honest. Looking at these, I don't actually know which one's correct. So just go this one, right? Is this one the right one? No. Let's go on the next one after N64. Right. Is that the one? Archive.org.
Is it David Rumsey? Do you know? Archive.org.
Yeah. David Rumsey. Yeah. Click that. Let's see what this says because we'll have a look. Well, in fact, actually, grab that one up and then keep the other map up, and we'll show some stuff. We'll work with it. But the first one is David Rumsey.
We'll make it. No, that's not the right one. Archive. Sorry, guys. Entertain the audience while I go through all these links and work out where we're supposed to be.
Okay, all right. You know what? Just go back to the map we were on, and I'll show you from there. So yeah, the next link.
Oh, okay. So the ones from archive.org are just pages.
Yeah, they're just pages of that book. So what we want
images, a conversation. David Rumsey, Luna. Oh, that's a media player. Wiki, Nubian Moreau pyramids. No,
Oh
Gallica.
wait. It'll be the right. No, save the Nubian pyramids for after the one that was just before that.
So David
right.
Rumsey. Is it? It looks like it might be a Rumsey. Alomzi.
If right, so
Rumsey. Clearly from pirates.
hey, right. This is why. If anyone's watching this, if you want to
okay,
buy
so
me
I've got ruins.
if you want to buy me a computer so we can solve these issues, because
so that he can navigate.
Yeah, because I can
Luke
actually
is working off a phone and a computer. But still doesn't have the computing power.
So, put first, right? I have sent you the ruins, so I guess we'll work it this way. Show the map we were just on.
Yeah, I'm on some ruins.
Yeah. One sec. Just show the map.
I'll show you where I am.
Yeah, show the map we were just on that had the pyramids and stuff, and then we'll go down. Oh, look at this sexy motherfucker.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Okay. Oh, in fact, right. One sec. Yeah. Go to this map now, right? Go to that map. No, that one. Yeah, that one. No, the other one.
This map?
The one that had the images on that we looked at. Yeah, that one. Yeah, sweet. Scroll to the bottom of that. You'll see the Aswana cataracts. If you scroll right to the bottom of that, you see there? Look, waterfalls. Go to the right. Waterfalls. And next to it, what does it say?
Pyramids. Turkish fort.
Yeah, Turkish fort, pyramids. Right? And you see where it says Aswana underneath it actually says destroyed.
Yeah, that's where the ruins are.
Yeah, destroyed Aswana. Hey, I'm loving it. You're getting it. You got it quicker than I did, man. You're getting it quicker than I did. Those aren't the ruins of Thebes. Those are the ruins of Aswana. Oh, you know what? Hey, Cambell, I'm actually really impressed.
We're just looking at it from...
Okay, Cam, I'm really impressed with you. I didn't get that for a while. I honestly, it took me a while to get that, and then go, oh shit, these aren't the ruins of Thebes. These are the ruins of Aswana.
Yeah,
we're looking at, right? Yeah, exactly.
We're just looking, downstream instead of upstream. It's just a different perspective.
Yeah, right. So come now to one of our go to that Thebes image, the ruins of Thebes that you just showed.
This one?
Yeah. Go to the ruins of Thebes. Now, Thebes is in Luxor, remember. Look at that site. Look at that building for a sec. Really zoom in on that building and just get a fucking feel for that building. And that is the Temple of Luxor, okay? Or the Temple of Karnak. You know, there's two of them, but they look the same. The one on the right, that building on the right. Look at that one, right? That main building, that thing. Look at it. Stare at it. Now, click on the Nubian picture that I sent you.
The Nubians. Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Oh, yeah. You ready for this? You didn't think there was pyramids in Luxor? Well, they've got these in Luxor. And have a look at the Nubian pyramids that I sent you. The Nubian pyramids of Meroe, if you look up there. Yeah, I think, there you go. There's one. Look at those buildings outside the Nubian pyramids of Meroe. Oh, would you look at that?
Good call, the H's.
Exactly the same buildings as there are at the Luxor Temple. You don't think the Luxor Temple was connected to a giant pyramid, do you? Whoa, no.
Dude, you're getting so excited. I think that needs to be said in a David Attenborough-esque accent.
You don't think the Alpha Pyramids could have been discovered in a place located to this, do you?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? Right, if you got the mic involved, I'm actually, if we get this involved, the David Attenborough impressions are off the chain. But look at this, right? So look at the pictures.
So here's the better one, yeah.
These temples are not temples. They were the buildings attached to pyramids in Nubian pyramids. Specifically, Nubian pyramids. Why is it specific Nubian? Because it turns out Nubians are barbarians, as in barbarous. the Barbar pyramids. These are Barbar Aryan pyramids. We are looking at Aryan pyramids.
And of course, the Barbars are the black sheep.
Well, right. This is the point, though, right? So if we've seen in Karkaram that they had apparent pyramids. Remember, I showed you that map. So if the Tartars buried their kings under pyramids, and the Barbars buried their kings under pyramids, and the Barbars were in Africa, we are looking at the Barbar pyramids. Boom! This is what I've been trying to tell everyone.
This was all Barbaria.
Yes, right, and
nice.
right, and again,
okay.
right.
And
so
you can see
if everyone,
there's an entranceway without a pyramid.
if you guys want to hear more info on this, tomorrow I'm going to drop my next episode, and as much as I'd love to do it on this episode, I go into the fact that there's a city of Tartar, as in a Tartar city in Egypt. There's a Scythia region. There's a Nicopolis. And there's a fucking I can't remember the last one, but there's more. There's Barbary or something, Barbara, that turns into this region just next to it. So there's so many connections already to Tartaria. You look at that building, you connect to the other buildings. Now, I think I will have sent you a couple more things. If we could click them, and I'll show some people whatever's on them.
I got a photo to share too.
We'll save the naked photos for the end, bro.
Oh, but look at this bad boy.
Man.
18
shit.
Of the two pyramids with Colossus figures atop each, accounted by Herodotus as being located at the center of Lake Moeris.
Yeah, I saw this image on
that's
Facebook.
The double,
okay. So I didn't include it. Yeah, right. I would have included this image in my last video, but I couldn't find a source, so I just didn't, because I didn't want people to fucking crucify me for it being a fake image or something.
I don't think it's fake, but that was my
it looks very good. So wait, which what stuff have I sent you now?
So am I looking for Gallica?
There's more stuff to click on, so just click on every link I've got left and just see what we've got. Honestly, there's so much. Okay. Just click every link, and we'll see what happens. Because my laptop's so shit. If you guys would like to buy me a laptop so I can do proper research, feel free.
Get Luke a new potato or an
potato. You know what? No, exactly. It's not going to be a laptop. I want it to be an actual computer. I've got half the parts. I've got a motherboard and I've got a processor. I just need the other things.
Ooh.
Well, that's even better. I think we need to have like a fundraiser called Buy Luke Half a Potato.
No, to be fair, though, at the end of construction, it'll be like a nuclear sub-potato.
So why can we not find these two pyramids in the middle of water? I guess the water's
right. Okay. Well. First, I'm going to tell you that Lake Mauritius got dried up, which is probably in relation to the fact that they built a dam over the cataracts of the Nile, which produced Lake Nasser. So, for example, if you look back in history, Lake Nasser didn't exist. There was two individual streams that, two individual rivers that converged at the cataracts of the Nile, which have now become Lake Nasser, where Philae is. I love the fact that I've researched
Lake Nasser.
So they're most likely underwater or under.
So wait. Oh yeah, this one. Right, zoom in on. Right, where are we? What? Can you come to the Egypt and Arabia Petria?
Sorry, I let Cambell take back.
I'm just gonna.
Right, so yeah, I just want to try and get through these links that I sent you, and I have no idea where we got up to.
I've got so many links up. Do you want to grab the bottom link, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Continue your.
I don't see any links.
David Attenborough-esque conversation. Oh, it's Campbell, in the private chat. You haven't got links?
No, you got to put them up. There's nothing for me here.
Okay.
I came in late.
There's nothing potato. For you. Don't think like that, Bernie. You've got lots to live for, mate. Don't think like that.
I said I was a late potato, not that I'm a dying potato. Jeez.
You said there's nothing for you here. It makes me sad to hear that.
Okay. I gotcha.
There you go. There's a couple of links. Can you see those? I just put 2 links in the chat.
Yep. Kinda.
The Gallica one's your own link, Campbell. Gallica is your own link. You've reposted your own link with that. You got one about
link? Isn't it Gallica link?
Is this one?
Oh, did I?
Right. Okay. So this one's good. Leave this one
up,
Bernie. Yeah, Bernie, we can talk about this one. This is brilliant. Right. Campbell, go get your shit together elsewhere.
Hang on, before I go, let's all tune in.
That's the sound of Campbell not giving a fuck.
All right, there we go. The energy is not good. Exactly.
Right. Anyway, so Bernie, my beautiful man, if you could scroll to the top of this little Nile description and zoom in for us, you will notice right up here, zoom in there on us on the waterfall for us. You'll see the 4 tests of the Turks. You'll also see Pyramidas on the left. You'll also see the ruins of Aswana. So the ruins of Thebes that they told us those were the ruins of Thebes. How dare they lie to us? Yeah, no, they lied to us. They lied to us. Those are not the ruins of Thebes. Those are the ruins of Aswana. Those aren't the ruins of Thebes. Those bastards. But yeah, that's what's happened there. They've lied about that. Now notice how underneath the Aswana ruins it says the tombs of the sheikhs of the Arabs. The tombs of the sheikhs of the Arabs. Holy fuck. Bernie, you don't think that these pyramids might have been the tombs of the Arabs, do you?
Must be. Look
you
at
don't
that.
think these pyramids might not have been Egyptian pyramids, were actually Arabic pyramids that they're trying to conceal, do you?
That's a fascinating one right there.
Ah, they couldn't have done that, mate. No, bullshit. Stop being silly. But one thing you will notice if you zoom in on Luxor for us, and just there, just on your right, bottom right of the screen. Bottom right of the screen there. Look,
there's Luxor.
Yeah. Look what's next to the L of Luxor. What's that?
Where?
Just at the top of the L.
Oh, pyramid above it.
Yeah, that's a pyramid at Luxor. Has anybody in the past few days been making videos about pyramids being at Luxor? Do you know? Have you heard of any of these people that might be
yourself with me on my channel and Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. So it turns out this guy that has spent the past few days saying that there was pyramids at Luxor, it turns out he was right.
He was right all along.
Yeah, indeed. And the pyramids we're seeing.
Coincidence? Right? EBT thinks not.
Oh, well, bro, you know what? This is about to get even crazy. So scroll up just so you can see these Aswana pyramids again at the top of the thing. So remember that view that, everyone that watched, remember the view that we saw of the river with the pyramids in the distance, the ruins in between, and then more pyramids. So if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see it says Kabanda Arab. Possibly Kabanda Arab. See, scroll up again, you'll see that empty region that was just said Kabanda Arab. Look, see here? It's possible this region was filled with pyramids that they don't want you to know about. Now, because of the view that we saw of the map that showed loads of pyramids and sphinxes in between here. Now, it's not this map. I definitely sent it, so I'll have to find it. But if you do me a favor and scroll over to the right, it says figure 3, I think, and it's got a very tall pyramid. I'll try and find which one of these is which. Yeah, there you go. So scroll in on what the text says. So above the pyramid itself We'll leave that for 1 second. Right above the text, it says, this figure shows one of the pyramids of Aswana. I do have the translation somewhere, but it says one of the pyramids of Aswana. Just remember that, one of them. And in the actual picture, it says this pyramid is 1,400 feet tall. Now, maybe some of you guys are unaware of what 1,400 feet tall means, but that's the same height as the Empire State Building. One of the Aswana pyramids, you can see Aswana written in that text, one of the Aswan pyramids is 1,400 feet tall, which is 50 feet shorter than the spire on the Empire State Building. It's bigger than the Eiffel Tower.
That's just nuts.
4 times the size of the Giza pyramids. 4 times the size, well, height. 4 times the height of the Giza pyramids. And it is in Aswan, where I've been saying for the past week is all these pyramids.
So we need to take us a trip to the Lower Nile.
Zoom in just on figure 3 for a sec, just so people can see us. I know they can't speak French, but just zoom in a little bit further, just higher where it says Aswan, and you'll see Aswana. Look, there you go. One of the pyramids of Aswana, 1,400 feet tall. And this is what I've been saying for the past week, that we've got hidden pyramids that no one's told you about. You're telling me that nobody has mentioned in history that there used to be a 1,400-foot fucking pyramid in Aswan and it's gone now? No. Bullshit. They're hiding it.
They're hiding it underwater.
Well, mate, they've deconstructed it. They've taken that to pieces and they've built cities with it, and they've gone, bullshit, that doesn't exist. But 1,400 feet is taller than the Empire State Building. Well, no, sorry, it's not taller than. It's just a little bit smaller than, but it's taller than the Eiffel Tower. Sorry, it's the Empire State Building is 1,456 feet tall with its metal spires. This is apparently 1,400 feet tall. This pyramid, according to this book, is 1,400 feet tall at Aswana. Now, even if they were off by a little bit, even if they were off by a teensy bit, that's still 1,200 foot, 1,100 foot, 1,000 foot, doesn't matter. You could be so wrong and it'd still be the biggest pyramid by a fucking mile, because the Giza is 455 foot tall. So this thing has
1,000 feet taller, over 1,000 feet taller.
Yes, man, over 1,000 feet taller than Giza. Look at that.
Wow.
In Aswan. And you'll even find this text, it'll say Aswan is just, it's filled by paupers these days. There's only poor people. Why do you think, right? Because as we've discussed with the buildings, the temples, right? The Temple of Edfu was probably attached to the other side of that pyramid, or something similar.
Yeah. That's mind-blowing.
And it'd be a Nubian pyramid, wouldn't it? Think about it. Like, you look at the Nubian pyramids we talked about, you look at the way the temples are shaped, they look exactly like the buildings attached to Nubian pyramids. There you go.
They all are Nubian pyramids.
So, I mean, I don't want to fucking blow my own horn, but I genuinely have discovered something that nobody's ever discovered before, apparently.
Well, at least in the last 200 years.
Well, yeah, exactly. I've rediscovered the fact that they've hidden all these pyramids. The only reason I can imagine they've hidden them is to hide the technology of the Barber Empire. Because you got to remember this, right? Thebes was supposed to be destroyed how long ago, right? So if you go to that image, I don't know if you have it up, but the image we were talking about, it's the Rare Maps one.
I think Campbell has it up. My bad.
One sec. Let me get it for you. Just
Campbell
so you
took off on us.
Yeah. I've got it. Let me send it to you. Put it in. So let me show you this image, right? So what we've done today is we've debunked the idea that the picture that we saw in that book was truly depicting Thebes. Now, this is very important because if that book wasn't depicting Thebes, okay, if that book was in fact depicting the ruins of Aswana, you have to ask yourself one question. Why didn't they show us the real ruins of Thebes? Surprise! What if Thebes wasn't in ruins when this picture was taken? What if what you're looking at right now is Thebes, not in ruins? You're seeing the ruins of Aswana in the background. This is supposed to be Luxor. What you're looking at, is not the ruins of Thebes, the city of Thebes, before it was in ruins, which means the city of Thebes was ruined in the 1800s.
No doubt, actually, because you look at that. There's massive, they actually have skyscrapers over against.
Mm-hmm.
See Aswana and behind.
Yeah,
they're quite healthy and happy. Look at the head looking over at Thebes.
Yep, this is right. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And guess what? Let me see if I can find you this image. I did set it's in. It's this one, right? Okay.
Hey, Campbell's back.
Campbell's back, right? Brilliant. But take this. Take this link I've just sent you.
Hey,
click on this one.
Excuse me. Don't flop me off like that. I think.
Hey, Campbell, baby.
Stop it. Acknowledge that I'm back.
What? Beautiful. Yeah. We're on a roll. We're on a roll. 1 sec. Just click on the last link I just sent you.
Shut up.
No, I love you. But click on the last link I just sent you, and zoom into those maps in the bottom left corner. Wow. Zoom into the bottom left where you've got the big maps, and look in Thebes. Zoom in on Thebes if you get right bottom left. Yeah, right. Zoom in there. What do you see on the right? Avenue of the Sphinxes. Avenue of the Sphinxes.
Yeah.
Between the Great Temple of Karnak and the Great Temple of Luxor. Avenue of the Sphinxes. Between Luxor and Karnak.
That's still there, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's called the Avenue of the Rams now because they're like, oh, well, this is because all the Sphinxes were actually rams. Right? Bollocks, right? Look at on the other side, Ramses, Valley, yeah, right? What is Giza called? The Valley of the Kings. This is called the Valley of the Tombs of the Kings. The Tombs of the Kings. Oh shit, guys! I think we might be looking. Well, are we maybe looking at the real Valley of the Kings right now? Where all the pyramids were supposedly built with the Sphinx and all that. You don't think this is the real spot, do you? And they've just moved it to Giza. No, that'd be crazy. I mean, it's not like we're looking at a map right now that says Avenue of the Sphinxes between two great temples that look exactly like the buildings attached to Nubian pyramids, opposite on the other side of a river to the fucking tombs of the kings. No!
I'm confused. What map are you on?
Oh my God, one that's on the screen, bro.
This one. So, yeah, no, I know. I've got my own one up now. So is the area that you're looking at? Is that what we were looking at? Is that the area where the destroyed city and the pyramids were, and then?
Oh no! We've just been over that. We've just been over that. You missed it. No. You missed it. The destroyed city that was listed as being Thebes. So we're looking at Thebes right now. The city that was listed as being Thebes wasn't actually Thebes. It was Aswan, which means that the ruins of Thebes weren't really the ruins of Thebes, which is why I've pointed out to everyone that these are not the ruins of Thebes. We're looking at Thebes before it was in ruins. Ignore that. But yeah, we're looking at the ruins of, we're looking at Thebes before it was in ruins. We're looking at Thebes in its
as far as the pyramids.
Well, definitely. I think definitely because look on the left. We've got the Avenue of the Sphinx, which is between the Great Temple and Luxor, right? If we go back to our map from earlier, you'll see that the river is on the right-hand side, and remember from the book, the river's on the right-hand side, and the
Yeah,
sphinxes are in between
yeah.
the pyramids. So of course that's the avenue of the
Yes.
sphinxes. But again, like say, the point being,
Okay.
this map. So if you look at this, right, scroll up. What we're looking at right now, if there's a sphinx there, is probably the avenue of the sphinx. Yeah. So if you can see in the top left,
Okay. That. Yeah.
yeah, what are the ruins? So if you go up to the top left, what are the ruins? We know the ruins from the last map we just visited aren't the ruins of Thebes, because it literally said, you weren't here for this, but the one we visited with Bernie literally said the ruins of Aswana. So those ruins there that the book told us were the ruins of Thebes aren't the ruins of Thebes, they're the ruins of Aswan. So if they're lying about the ruins of Thebes, it's because Thebes wasn't in ruins yet. They hadn't destroyed Thebes yet. This is what Thebes looked like before they blew it up.
And then they covered it up.
That's
Yes,
with the
exactly. Yes, thank you. This is what I've been trying to say for the past week, and I've just fucking got there eventually. And as far as I'm concerned, this is conclusive.
Words can be hard.
I mean, this is big. To be fair, no one.
Well,
like,
where the
people have
waterfall
commented,
is, it's right
but
below where the
nobody's-
waterfall is. So wherever they dammed up to cover up the waterfall is where.
Yeah. That's where Aswan
Thebes
Dam
would be,
is
and where
now.
these pyramids would be under the water.
Well, no. The pyramids aren't underwater. No, what they've done is they flooded the top of the dam. So they've cut it off. So there's now a lake at the top of the dam, and the water down here has been deprived. So all the rivers here are smaller now, but there's a lake at the top. And that has flooded Philae.
Well, see, I think that they must have built a dam that covers the waterfall and below the pyramids too a bit.
No. What they've done is, if you go to the bottom of this map, you can see where they've done it, right? If you go to the bottom of the map, the reason they've done this is it's counterproductive in your normal mindset, because look here, so where there's two lakes, this is now called Lake Nasser. So this whole area has become a lake because they've created the dam at that point. So instead of the water flowing over the edge, it's created a lake, right? And they've got a hydroelectric dam there. So the point is because it's dried up. But because it's dried up the areas at the bottom of the dam, people move away because the area is unlivable. So if you look up Aswan now, it says only poor people live there. Poor, yeah, they deprived the area so people move away. And at the same time, that means that the sand is free to move because there's no plants there's no plant roots holding the sand down. So the sand can move freely and it buries things quicker. And then at the same time, people have moved away so they won't ask any fucking questions. And that's exactly what they've done. They've drained the area of life. Now, this hydroelectric dam is supposed to have been nothing but good. But if you actually look it up, it turns out they've had to move a load of the statues from Philae, which were at the top of the dam, because of flooding.
Was that one of the ones?
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah. What's that massive one that they moved with those huge statues? Is that
Temple of Philae?
Yeah, that's Aswan. That's Aswan they moved. That was part of Aswan.
That is Aswan, isn't it?
Aswan, yeah, you got it.
Well, this is the thing,
and there's
right?
pictures of that being moved, and then there's Is that
this is it, right? So I've said,
but they certainly didn't show the pyramids that were there getting moved or them being removed beforehand.
This is what you got to remember. I spent the past week, so it started at the beginning of last week. I found these pictures and I wanted to talk about it. And I was like, well, this is a little bit strange, isn't it? And I was like, I'm not just taking the standard answer of, oh, it could be this, it could be that. I really wanted to get to the bottom of this. I just thought you know what I mean? And when you consider that I've not been to Egypt, I'm hundreds of miles from Egypt, and yet I found pretty conclusive evidence that these pyramids are quite fucking clearly not the ones at Giza, which means that there was pyramids in another fucking place. And then to take it to the extent of taking it
all over the place.
Well, this is the point. Not just that.
Mirror's Lake here with two in the middle.
Yeah. So one sec, Campbell missed this bit. Campbell, let's take him back to the page that has the 1,400-foot pyramid on it for a second.
Hold on. First, I want to show this. Like, here we got the engravings of the two pyramids with colossals on top. Lake Morris, the two in the lake. And then boom,
and also
right back here in your map
as a side note,
that we were just sharing. Boom, here's that lake, and here's the two pyramids in them that we've talked about in a few episodes. The last couple episodes we did together.
Right, yeah.
It's interesting that if you got big statues on the top, you would need a flat top, right? And then we're talking about this. Where's the capstone of Giza? Did it even have one, or was that just a flat base to have a statue on?
Yeah. Good point, right? Like,
wait, go back to that picture that I just said.
I've got
Which one?
I've got Google Earth up if we want to have a look as well.
Yeah, let's take a look at some Google Earther.
Just before you do, click that. Because Campbell, I wanted to show you this. You missed it.
Hey, boys and girls, I am a Google Earther. All right, I'm an Earther by Google.
Good, controversial.
Right?
Controversial. What are we looking at? Luke, you've disappeared. You've turned into an A with a circle around it. I'm not going to say what it could be.
That's okay. We got the potato too.
Of course, that's not hot. We've got a good view of the ceiling. Maybe we should start dancing.
You're about to witness a fucking massacre of the potato in a second. Oh, I'm not actually kidding. You are going to witness the death of the pit. Oh, it's testing me right now, boys. It's testing
Never kill a potato.
Oh, God.
He's actually working on his autobiography.
Do you want to see some impotent rage?
What's your autobiography called, Luke?
Right, it's one of the links. I got disconnected, so it's one of the links that I sent you. It's the one that has
yes.
Tome. It's called Tome 5 something.
Rare Maps. So Rare Maps.
No, it's a David Rumsey, and it's called Tome 6. Tome 6.
David
page 20.
Luna left.
You'll know
David
it.
Rumsey, Luna,
I mean, I do have the link if you need it, but
Luna,
Tome 6, number 5. Have you got it?
Tome 6. Sounds like a song. Tome 6, number 5.
It would be one of the last ones I sent.
Number 5.
I only have number 4.
I reposted it to Bernard,
I don't think I've got. Okay. Down the Rare Maps, detail, Egypt, Codian, Victoria. It must be this one. It doesn't say time, but
I've just resent the link. There you go.
Hang on.
It's in the chat. That's the one. Right. So zoom in on that pyramid at the bottom right. You can see now. That actually says above it in French that this pyramid is 1,400 feet tall. So just for reference, the Empire State Building is 1,456 feet tall. So this pyramid is supposed, this pyramid is supposed to, and look at that, it says this pyramid is in Aswana. Aswana. Yeah, Aswana. Imagine if somebody on the internet had spent the past week trying to tell us all that there were pyramids in Aswana. What a genius that motherfucker would be. But look at
Luke, you and your genius.
But no, go on. 1,400 foot.
By the way,
that
if you would like to
4 times the size of the Giza pyramid. If only somebody had been screaming at us that there was pyramids in Aswan. What a guy!
If only. If only.
Look at that, though. 1,400. Right, mate. Right. Just get this in your heads. This is bigger than the Eiffel Tower.
Well, now we need to go find the remnants, at least the base of this bitch. Come on. She's got to have a big base. There's a big booty still out there.
But all I'm saying is, if at any point now, look, see it here. It says Seteville es ancient Cien, right? Cien, Asia, Aswan. That's it. Like that's it. If you look up CN, it's Aswan. So the ruins we were looking at were the ruins of Ascien and the pyramids of Ascien, which guess what? Were the Arabic tombs of Ascien. The Nubian Sudanese pyramids. Fucking hell. Like, put it this way. The pyramids we're shown aren't the real pyramids. It looks like the Nubians, the Sudanese are the real ones that made this shit. And we've just made fakes and destroyed theirs and been like, look at the nice pyramids over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
looking
this
like
is
some
the
possible
region.
stuff.
Oh shit! In fact,
map.
if you want one of these, zoom in. Right, slowly zoom in, just past the dam onto the city, just to the north.
What's
So go
this?
slow. Oh yeah, that's nice. But zoom in just north of the
That's
dam.
a little bit of ruins on the island.
Hey, Cam, I need you to just stay with me. Northeast of the dam, you see this little city there,
Hinga.
right? Right. Zoom in.
This one.
And there's
Hinga.
it might be the one north a bit.
Sahama.
It's that one. Zoom
North
in.
of
Yeah, there. No, zoom in there, right there.
this
And then you
one.
should be able to find to the right, the one northeast. Now, I think it's south a little bit. I think it's the one south. If you zoom in, you can actually see a buried building.
Is it just a little
This one,
town or city?
zoom in right there. Zoom in right there, and we might be able to find this because I need control really, but I'm gonna try my best. Go a bit south.
He's a control freak, dude.
Keep going south. I love you. Let's go south. Oh, is it there? Oh, here. I feel like it's close
what
to here.
is that?
Keep going.
What's
Oh yeah,
that?
keep going south. Yeah.
Looks like a
Oh
pyramid,
shit.
doesn't
Oh no, that's just an electric
What
tower.
is
It's the
that?
shadow. It's the shadow of a tower.
Yeah, it's definitely the shadow.
Oh,
Go
okay. I
south.
see. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
south.
That looks like the ruins of like the foundations of a city.
Right. I mean,
and some other stuff
I need
there.
to find. I might have to send you the fucking coordinates. One sec. Right.
Yes, coordinates
I
usually.
love me. No, I'll just have to find out my own.
What are all these crosses?
Campbell's an old
Look at these
person,
crosses.
so I have to find it.
Oh my god! Come on.
I love
Wow,
you
those
really,
could be the
man.
bases of some pyramids and like the shadows covered by sand and stuff. Like,
No, wait,
What
one
are
sec.
the
I will.
crosses,
I'll
though?
find you. I'll find you something.
no, those are power poles, Campbell. Power poles leading from the power dam.
Oh
That's the
god!
line on them.
They're not. It's a crucifixion parade.
It's an Egyptian
So from down here,
crucifixion
oh my
of
god!
the
Look at these ones. They're huge. Eiffel Towers everywhere, I tell you. So this is the picture that we were looking at with.
Yeah, we need
this
to
is
get
the
a LiDAR
cataracts,
map
right? That
of
this is what used to
area.
be the cataracts.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I've
This
got
used
it
to be the
I've got it
cataracts here,
mate.
yeah.
One sec.
Is that
I
right?
believe so, but I think maybe they might have
I
flooded
can't
even
swear
more and
it,
covered
but-
up the
Wait,
base
yo,
of the
wait,
this whole
waterfall.
side is
Sexual.
flooded out.
my lovers. Right, if I just give you the
Oh,
coordinates,
sorry,
would you be
we're
able to
going
do
the other
it?
way. I'm upside down.
If I just give you the coordinates, would you be able
I
to do
can
it?
probably.
Campbell, we're supposed to shut up and let Luke give us the coordinates to post into
Okay.
where he thinks they are.
Right, okay, yeah, right. You know what? I can type them, right?
All right.
240240, right? I'm sorry, I have to do it this way. 240240 north,
Will I just do that as
32
one number?
5132 east.
Hang on, do I
Yeah.
have to do spaces?
Yeah. So the first number's north,
North.
second number's east. Yeah. 240240
What's the second
north,
number?
32 5132 east.
What was it? Second one?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You broke up.
32 51 32.
East.
Yeah, that's the one.
It says Poland.
No, it's 24.
240248?
No, 40. 40.
40.
And then 32 51 32
Alright.
east. Yeah. It should zoom you in on a buried structure just to the north of the dam. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this, motherfucker.
So This is the river, and in the middle of the town.
No, look at exactly where I showed you. You got that zoomed in.
Oh, yeah, you got all sorts of.
Yeah, thank you. That's a buried fucking structure with beautiful stonework. Oh, Luke's doing it all again. Sorry, I should get off my high horse. I love you, really.
You're gonna fall. The faster she runs, the harder the fall.
Look, I'm sorry. It's just the alcohol. I love you guys, really. But yeah, no, I love it.
So and then we've got a base of something around here as well.
If you really zoom in on the stonework of this, because this is something that's not talked about. Really get in far and look at that buried stonework, and then look at the fucking houses in comparison to the stone. Like, this is buried. Look at that, and then think that's buried.
Yeah, that's pretty convincing, and it
look at the houses, the size of houses in comparison. These stones are huge.
Like, yeah, this.
Like, it looks small when you're looking at it, but look at the house.
See the actual area. It's all CGI-ish.
No, but literally, look at the size of stones compared to a house.
Ceilings, roofs.
Yeah, and that's just one buried structure.
Exactly, they're all ruins there. Why is it all ruins?
This is just one buried structure that I've located at Aswan Dam in like a couple minutes of looking. There's so many.
All right, internet sleuths, it's up to all of you to find the rest of them and take the victory away from Luke. Let's find the golden gems.
You can't take it. You can't take the victory away, though, can you? Because
because it's only building off of your initial work and discovery.
No, but they'll have to be like, oh, I found it because, like, well, this guy.
You're showing a whole new like valley of pyramids and like buried ancient structures that was clearly
I'm showing you the real pyramids. The ones you've been shown at Giza are bollocks. That is bullshit to keep you away from the real stuff. Because think about it. When you think about the crazy stories that you hear about the Anunnaki being asleep in chambers underneath, right? Let's say that was real. Well, it ain't going to be Giza, is it? It's going to be these ones. So,
good point. They don't want you. They don't want humans wrecking their sleep, would they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if
be under some water.
Even if it's past civilization, even if it's not that, even if it's just a civilization we fucking exterminated in a war 200 years ago, and we're lying about it. The point is there was something there, and I have proved it. And there was pyramids there.
Look at this. This is
right. I proved there were pyramids there,
and it's just a massive quarry.
And yeah, exactly. And I have proved.
The quarry. Oh, did they quarry out? Good point. It's where the quarry is. Okay, Luke. Good point. Then that
it's just a big quarry.
Claiming that they've taken them down, and that's what they built Cairo out of, because that's what it sounds like. There's the quarry. That's where.
What I'm trying to say is that Thebes wasn't in ruins when those pictures were taken. There's a reason why they've tried to clarify the ruins of Aswana as Thebes, because Thebes wasn't in ruins at that point. That's why they don't want you to know that Thebes was only ruined since about 1750. So Thebes has been ruined between 1725 and about 1850. Yeah. In that 100 period, Thebes has been destroyed, and all the pyramids have been taken down, and they've been told you that Giza are the real pyramids. That's what's happened.
So basically,
right now, because that's why they've had to write. Sorry, Cambell, it's your channel. You go.
That's all right, Luke. You're very excited tonight. So this is basically, the region of the original pyramids, and it's now clearly a quarry, with, strange lumps everywhere. I mean, just look at this bit. Look at these lumps, right?
Yeah, that's where they claim the quarries are. So they admit that right where those pyramids were supposed to be, they mined the shit out of it, and...
Oh, apparently those are really good sources for iron ore.
Over here somewhere.
Did you know that those are apparently really good sources for iron ore? There's loads of iron under there.
Wow. So I wonder how much iron was in there. Look, first cataract. Is that part of the old river or something? Because there should be a fort on this, remains of a fort.
The cataracts.
Over
The
here,
cataracts are the waterfalls. So that's where the waterfall was.
So that's where. So this bit here is the cataracts, yeah, which would make sense because that's where the pyramids were. So there should be an old fort over here somewhere.
Cataracts Major and Cataracts Minor. This is Cataracts Minor where they did the dams.
I would suspect so.
Oh, so that ruin that you found, that's pretty much where that Star Fort should be. Was it Spanish? No, Turkish.
Yeah. Well, around
Star
there.
Fort, right?
But I think it should be a bit higher up because a bit closer to where the actual dam is. I think it's a bit more south of where we were looking for the actual fort. But yeah.
But that kind of region.
The point being,
wow.
The main point being is that the ruins of Aswana. They lied on the pictures, is in the 1725 book, the one that also claimed that fucking head was the Sphinx, which I've disproved. That same book tried to say that those ruins were the ruins of Thebes, and I sat there thinking, why would they try and say that? Because they don't want you to know that Thebes wasn't in ruins at this point. They were the ruins of Aswana, and Thebes was fucking fine when they made those pictures, which is why there's all those pyramids
and
around.
This is
fine.
And this is Thebes here, right? This bit that's half sunk and all looks like it's been blown to crap. This is where the ruins of that city were.
Like is that at Luxor?
Right?
Yeah. Is it at Luxor? Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Like so that. Literally, this is the river, and this wasn't swampland like that in the old pictures. And when you zoom in, look, we've got like grids here. Look at these foundations 100%. Of streets and grids and things.
Yeah.
Right, and then this is just all rubble.
Probably used for Egyptian military testing of weapons.
So basically, what I think's happened.
Exactly right.
Right. If you remember that map we looked at, it said the Barbara pyramids silenced the ones in Memphis, and then we also talked about that fact that there's the Scythia region written on one of the maps. Well, you'll also find that there is a city just around the corner called Tartar, a Egyptian city called Tartar, Tahtaah, Tartar, and there is also a site of Nicopolis, which is like an ancient site for Hungarians and Bulgarians, Aryans who fought the Ottomans. The Ottomans are the Turks. We also see the Turkish fort. It really does bring up questions about whether the history we're hearing has been moved from somewhere else, because there's Turkish forts here and Nicopolis here as well. And it does make you wonder whether the Nicopolis in Hungary is the one we're really hearing about, or whether it's the one that's in Egypt. You know, lots of questions to be asked.
Yeah, I mean, look at these man-made canals. Look at this
exactly.
thing. Woohoo! All right,
but yeah, like literally, right? So we've got on some maps we got a Scythia region. So if some people might know, about Scythia being the old name for Tartaria. So on some maps we have the Scythia region, which is right around Lake Moeris, right? That same region turns into Nicopolis shortly after. Nicopolis is known as the famous Battle of Nicopolis, where Hungarian and Bulgarian and Croatian forces fought against the Ottoman Empire. And then you've got the actual city of Tartar. And then, in fact, if you go even farther, you'll find that the area beneath that was called Barbara.
Yeah. And Barbaria.
Yeah, exactly. It's called Barbara. I've got enough maps here. So obviously it's hard to send you all the links, but in my next video that comes out tomorrow night, you'll see all of this. And I know that sounds like a shameless plug, but genuinely,
so have you looked into?
I did try my best to get all the links
for
you to see.
The Berbers?
Yep, exactly. The Berbers.
Have you looked into the Berbers?
The Barbarians.
The Barbers, and yeah, and then if you look, there's a lot of white, blue-eyed, green-eyed Berbers, which are basically the same as gypsies, right, that we see in Europe. And gypsy, does that come from Egypt, right?
Oh, that's a good connection.
So
Well,
are they flipping?
Well, look at this, right? This is actually the most
Are they
beautiful
flipping
thing.
the races around too?
So originally, the north of Africa was controlled by the Roman Empire, apparently. Okay, and when the Roman Empire fell, a load of Vandals and Goths, the Goths again appearing in Tartarian history as being the Tartars of Azareth that became the Goths. So the Goths apparently flooded down and took over. They tried to have a fight in France against the British and against the Romans. The British won and took over Gaul, but they moved into Spain, turning Spain Islamic, and they also jumped over the Pillars of Hercules into northern Africa. And they took over the regions that were apparently controlled by the Roman Empire, which is why we saw the area become Barbaria. So why do people jumping over from, Germany, Northern East Europe, why would they become barbarians when they jump over that water? Unless, of course, they were, some kind of Aryans. Tartar Aryans, Barbar Aryans, Ung Aryans, Bulg Aryans.
Everyone's an Aryan.
Well, essentially,
Hung
but
Aryans,
I
man.
don't really. I mean that's a really hard. It's a really hard one to say whether what that means is what it means, but there's a definite connection because again, just what I talked about. Go to the Egypt. We have a Scythia region, which is connected to Scythia, Tartaria. We have a Nicopolis region, which is connected to Hungary and Bulgaria. So Hungarian, Bulgarian fighting against the Ottomans. We have a literal city called Tartar, and we also have a fort belonging to the Turks. It's evident that these nations were more spread out than we think, and I really do believe as well, because the connection between Hungarians and English is nuts. Because if nobody's heard this before, well, you've got Hungarians. If you look at the oldest maps of Hungary, you'll find that it's spelled without the H. It's an Hungarian. And if you go to England, you've got the earliest representations of the Engels being pronounced as the Ungles, as in Engles, Engel, which became Anglo-Saxon. That was actually Ungol, Ungol, Ungol land. So
is that where uncle comes from?
Well, basically, it could be that Ungol land is the land of the Unguls, as in the old Hungarians, the land of Ungol. I mean, there is the other aspect, which Angol means angel in Anglo-Saxon, which is angel land. But
what about the Magog and that the UK was actually originally giants?
Well, yeah. Here's another link. So, for example, if you follow Marco Polo talks about this, which is Gog and Magog became known as Ung and Mongol, or Mogul originally, which became Mongol. So Gog and Magog became Ung and Mongol. So by that logic, you've got Gog, Ung, Magog, Mongol. So Ung could be Ungul. Ungul, Magog, Mongol. Gog, Ungul, Magog, Mongol. Okay? So again, the Ung is the Ungul and the Magog is the Mongol. Well, if you go to England, in Cambridge, you can find some hills called the Gog-Magog Hills. Well, why would they be called that? Well, unless the Gog-Magogians were here. And then you look at the Welsh, just as you mentioned, the Welsh mythology, which was Britain was controlled by giants before we got here. And the last giant was called Gog-Magog, who was thrown down.
These Nubian pyramids you're finding here. That's a lot of pyramids right there.
But yeah, and then Gog-Magog was thrown down a hill by Cornelius of Cornwall, who was a friend of Brutus. And Gog-Magog was supposedly the last of the giants. Now, just remember that when places move, people's names move, and that when you call someone Gog-Magog, it isn't their name. It might be the fact that that's where they're from. So you might say, I killed the Mexican. And then 100 years later, your family might say, "Oh, remember when our father Luke killed Mexican?"
Like,
And
look
then
at all that
thousands of years
megalithic
later, there's
there.
there's the mythology of when the great Luke killed Mexican, the evil dude, and it's not that he was called Mexican, it's that he was from Mexico and he was Mexican, but he is known as Mexican, and you killed Mexican. So that's why Gog Magog might be
Hey,
known
don't
as
kill
Gog
the
Magog, because
Mexican.
he was from Gog Magog and
Then
you
he
killed him.
Mexican.
Yes, yeah, well, no, but that's the point of how names migrate. For example, there was a Troy in Britain, and that's because the British people come from Troy, from, after Troy fell in 650 BC, supposedly. You have the British migrating over with Brutus, and they made themselves a Troy in England. And then there was a battle at Troy in England, and that got written down. And then everyone said, wait, how the fuck are the two Troys? And that's the same kind of logic. Oh my God, it's Stuffed Beagle in here. I love you. I love you.
The Bigs.
The Bigs. No, genuinely, you're the best human on the planet. I love you so much.
He is an awesome, awesome human being. He was in our live chat earlier when I re-premiered me and Shem's interview. But
I love him so much. He was so nice to me. I mean, Bernie, you've been lovely
awesome
to me,
human
but
being.
He's been even nicer to me than you have, which I didn't think was possible, but he has been. Honestly,
an American out-nicing a Canadian. That means the Bigs just has to be that much more
to be
special.
fair, no, he calls me Junior, and I've got daddy issues since my dad died, so he kind of fills a hole. You know what I mean? Like he fills a hole, and
I guess I'm more of an older brother, but Bigs can be your daddy.
No, chill. Like, just please be my dad. Please be my dad.
Luke's Stuffed Bigs has taken Luke under as a little pup.
Oh, thank you everyone for being really nice. Like, I know I'm an absolute pussy. I should just get over it, but
because we all love each other.
And of course,
good humans.
Where are the Canary Islands? Are they here?
If you guys could go
Canary,
there's that'd be great.
Yeah, there's pyramids in the Canary Islands, and there's also Richie. Shout out Magic Treehouse 007 in the Canary Islands.
Hey,
Richie, we need you to get some boots on the ground pyramid work in here. Come on. He did get one good drone footage from his buddy.
Right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll a spliff. I'm gonna get into bed, but I'll move the camera over.
412 beautiful souls watching right now, 2 hours deep in this pyramid stream, and we're putting little Luke Pup to bed. Isn't that beautiful? Giant mummies in the Canary Islands.
Oh, well, now that Daddy's here, he can go to sleep and rug up. Biggs, you may have to come on, though, and read him a bedtime story.
Indeed. Or it's Luke that gives us all our bedtime stories.
Oh. Whispering sweet nothings to you, is he?
No, just history lessons of the Barbars, the Tartars, and everybody in between.
Man, I can't find... We need Richie. Where are these ruins? Can't find them.
Oh,
there's definitely rock. They're like rock, aren't they? They're sort of... That's what she said.
What do we need? What do you need?
Or maybe it's there.
The pyramids in the
do you know where the pyramids?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm useless for this. I haven't researched it yet. Give me a week and I'll come back with some amazing discoveries.
All right. Let's ship Luke out to Richie on the Canary Island.
Oh, we need to do this actually, don't we? We need like a money fund, and then when it hits the gold, I get sent to a different country.
Right? Yes, I agree. And then eventually we'll get a boat and travel around together. It'll be awesome.
Oh, no, to be fair, though, we should actually all team up because we're all like a decent age gap away that it would be weirdly funny, kind of like Top Gear.
Right? Each one from every decade. We're great.
Yeah,
Luke
man.
is now handing out DMT. Campbell doesn't know how to react because he doesn't know what DMT is.
Oh god, that was gold.
I just thought it was Daddy's meaningful time.
We all thought it meant that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Anyway,
yes,
right.
we
So,
did. Isn't it funny how when you get older you start to whistle as you speak?
anyway,
Sorry, I'm just off the
That's
coast.
when you hit the tuning fork. You gotta
just
use
before
the
I
tuning
go.
fork
I'm just
like
trying
a
to wonder
gong,
if I
Campbell.
missed anything.
The tuning fork is a gong. After every punchline, you gotta be bing.
This is your laugh cue. Laugh. This is. I just had a quick look at this. I'm going to do a video on this. This is like, Texas, Alabama stuff. This whole thing has just got a massive man-made seawall
The coastline
along the whole
is so
place,
Did you say Alabama?
covered in star forts. And I said Alabama. Come on, I may have misvowed.
I heard it.
Yes,
You
okay.
said Alabama.
Alabama. Who would like to come to Alabama with me?
It is Alibaba America.
Oh my god, he's not even Australian. He's posh British.
Moorish America,
yes.
we'll call it Alibaba. And look at the star forts.
And look, there's a whole island up
if
here.
anyone hasn't subscribed to me yet, please do so. It's like hit 10k and then you can unsubscribe. It's fine, but please do that.
Let's get Ancient Historia to 10k and Crypto Alchemist. All right, one day, YouTube.
And look at this, man. Check this out. Half a star fort. And I'm trying to work out what's going on here, but it looks like they've knocked half of it over and turned it into a tunnel. It goes under, right? And it goes under the river.
They literally
and it pops out here.
They cut a star fort in half to put in an underground bridge.
So is that proof? Is that proof that this star fort goes underground and they've just used that infrastructure?
Could be.
Because they literally cut it in half.
I'd say yes.
Yes, David says yes.
Very good point.
Yes. And I mean, you can see, I mean, God knows what's under here, with what Dutch was showing down in Florida, as far as swamped out lands, they just everywhere. Like, this is all just swamped out, God knows what's under all this stuff, right? Because again, there's this seawall and there's just star forts everywhere.
At this point, Campbell, at this point, you're just fluffing your cock because in the past hour, you have actually unveiled to the world one of the biggest secrets of Egypt that's ever been revealed. I mean, think about it, right? One sec. Wait. You, before I have, because my video hasn't even released yet, you've actually revealed my biggest secret, that there was a 1,400-foot pyramid bigger than the Eiffel Tower. You've revealed that before I fucking have. I want to cancel this stream right now. And on
Campbell's stream, you have to watch an hour of Luke talking about his DMT experiences before you get to that great unveiling. Or on both of my channels, it literally starts right at the point where you unveil it. So, if you want to get straight to the point of the pyramid unveiling, first channel to have it.
No, you have to make it through the DMT to earn the right to the fucking Egypt knowledge.
Or you can cheat and come to Burneye. All right.
No. You can't.
That was perfect timing, Campbell.
You can't skip the ringing. You've got to ring to earn your knowledge.
After I've got another big reveal, and of course, if you want all the reveals, make sure you're on OnlyCams. That's where all the best reveals are. Look at this, right? A canal in the ocean. Anyone want to explain that to me?
Right off the island, too. Look at that. These are all just leftovers, like you said. I'm guessing this. And what you're finding here, it's all the entire coastlines are these star fort freaking mega structures. It's insane. It's macro structures everywhere.
To be fair, though, it
Islands
isn't bigger
ridiculous,
than
right? So this
1,400 feet tall, is it? So that's still the biggest thing to ever be discovered.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. I don't know. Do you think Luke's got something about size?
No. I'm not
Oh,
sour.
come on.
I'm not sour. I just want you to reiterate.
No, you just want to have the big
5 seconds.
You
Every
just want the
5
world to
seconds,
know.
just reiterate that I found the biggest pyramid on the earth. Right? Just say that sentence.
The biggest erection.
Luke,
just want to,
my friend
you
Luke,
want to parade
discovered
around with
the
the
biggest pyramid.
The most pointy-tipped pyramid around.
Just say it, Campbell. Say it.
And it's interesting that the biggest erections are in Africa.
I mean,
there are big pyramids hiding down
there.
You know,
you would like to hear more about
I discovered the biggest pyramid.
Actually,
maybe that could be your new series.
We just unveiled, thanks to Luke, a 1,400-foot African erection pyramid. So there we go.
Exactly. Johnny Holmes, eat your heart out.
It only took the whitest British man to unveil a 1,400-foot African erection.
Exactly. And so stay tuned for the new series, Luke's Erections Around the World. Coming soon.
Only on OnlyCams.
He has an erection in every country. Exactly. Streaming and streaking on OnlyCams.
All right. On that note, do you guys have more... Oh dear, we're talking shit. We got Jerry talking about Viagra and chocolates.
We calling that
more content, or are we calling that a 2-hour 10 time?
Yeah, I reckon we call that.
Well, I want to know if Sherry's new password is erection pyramids will require much Viagra. That's a good password.
Fair. How about this one? Hairy historian.
Hairy Historia.
Hairy history.
Do you know what? I really think that
hairy hidden history. Ooh.
Okay, if you want to see that hidden history, you have to subscribe to Ancient Camstoria.
Oh, it does sound like you guys are shagging, so I'm out of here.
Yeah, me and Cam actually share.
Oh, we lost Bernie. Oh.
Me and Cam actually share our OnlyFans, and we swap daily. So he takes a day, I take a day.
Learn how to spell. It's only Cams.
Yes, and of course you'll find the link if you want to subscribe to OnlyCams in the description.
Bernie's big balls.
Yeah, but when I'm on there, I replace an A with a U.
So there you go. I mean, it's history porn, really, isn't it? OnlyCams, Luke Erections, Bernie's balls. I don't know. What are we doing? We're sinking very quickly into the depths of depravity. Oh my God!
That's how I get all my subs.
Shocked.
That's how I get all my subs, baby. I give them some history and I lick them dirty, and they know.
If you would like to hear more English accents, see some great undiscovered erections, head on over to Ancient Historia and give him a subscribe.
And if you love autodidactic, sign up to that now.
Indeed. Make sure to subscribe. Autodidactic 1, Autodidactic 2, Spiral Up, Ancient Historia, Burn Eye the Mind's Third Eye Science Guy, and Crypto Alchemist.
I was going to say, if you want to know what Burn Eye is all about, what it's all about, go and sign up.
What it's all about?
That's Canadian,
That's my best Canadian.
You know what? If you actually did all day Canadian.
Yeah, I want to know, is it Canadian or is it Canadian?
I am a Calgarian Tartarian, okay?
Really
Calgarian Tartarian.
Oh, you're not a Canadian. You know you're not.
Targaryen.
Calgarian
Who died?
Tartarian.
Only British accents.
You're only half a Targaryen.
You know what?
Luke.
Shit. You know what?
You're just a
I'm not far
tart.
off Stewie, am I? I'm not. If I change this a bit, I could be Stewie Griffin. Wait, someone give me a Stewie thing. Stewie Griffin.
Hold
Oh,
my hand,
Grandma.
mummy. Hold my hand,
You
mummy.
think you're one of them, but you're not. Oh, Lois. Oh, Peter.
You do a good Stewie.
Stewie
think you're
runs
one
the
of-
world.
Oh,
I think that's another
Grandma.
series.
Oh, you friends of people on YouTube. Oh, you make YouTube videos. Oh, that's so cool.
That was good. You are good.
No, you know what? I'll get my friend
I'm
on
going to
board.
have to work
So
on my
good.
accents.
I'm gonna start
I'm good at
exploring with some
Australian.
tests with these crazy
Oh,
coils.
Lois. You good with your YouTubes, Lois.
When I put my fingers in the center, I
Yeah.
literally feel electric charge. It's not plugged in. It's pretty crazy.
We have a request for Freddie Mercury. What would Freddie say?
I can't do Freddie. I can do
Freddie
Cleveland.
was-
I was like, hey,
Cleveland. You can do an American.
Cleveland Brown. Hey, Peter. No.
Cleveland.
Oh, hey, Peter. Oh, I gotta stop taking my and again.
I can do a southern accent. Life is
Oh,
like
hey,
a
Peter.
box of chocolates.
Like
You never know what you're going to get.
Well, wait,
Sorry,
is that your?
that's even
your
wrong because I
American
got
accent?
named.
No, what you have to do is
That's
for
it.
American, you just have to play Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, and it's also what's the dude from Gone with the Wind's name? Oh, you know that dude. I don't know.
speak with American accent.
He had a
you got
moustache.
down south. Everything you say got to be down here.
You know, go and get my
I'm
gun.
American.
Go and get my gun strapped on, a 6-shooter.
Ah, yeah.
Go and
I
shoot a
would've-
deer.
I used
God,
to
what
own a
happened?
horse. God damn. Every time I talk to my horse, ain't
My
ignore
accents
me.
have a life of their.